All right, guys, let's be quick with the mood boards here. We went over the brand definition first. We went over so this is the highest level. This is about you, knowing yourself as a company. Next, we go to the situation analysis, which looks at your competition, and the target audience, which looks at the people you want to talk to. After that, we have the mood boards. And mood boards are pretty simple. What we do is we take your personality traits and we the work that we've done up until now, and we make some mood boards. And these mood boards, each, let's say there's three. Let's say you make three. You might have an image here of photography, a photography style that you show, that you demonstrate. Like maybe it's black and white. You have typefaces here. Let's say. You have a color palette here, and a mood board's pretty disorganized. I mean, it's supposed to look nice, but you might have usually you'll probably have like, you have 1, 2, 3 elements here. You probably have like 6 or 10 elements there on a mood board to just give you a look. You as the client, it gives you a look at, hey, here's some possible directions we can go with your brand. 3 different color palettes, 3 different image styles. Maybe some iconographies over here somewhere. You got typefaces, 3 different typefaces that you can choose from. So now, usually the designer will say, okay, well, this one goes together, this one goes together, this one goes together. They're coherent. But a lot of times what you can do is, hey, I like the typeface from this one, the colors from this one, and the image style on this one, right? Or the iconography that's over here that I didn't create. From this one. So you can mix and match them a little bit. And what you usually want to do is you hire a professional designer for a reason. So if there's an element that doesn't actually cross over, then you want to make sure and kind of trust the designer, let them talk through why that's not the case. Let's say this, image style doesn't work with this color palette. So you want to talk that over with them. But for the most part, this is a pretty easy process for you as the user or as the client. So once again, how this fits into the picture and why? Well, if we have a visual style for you, now we can know how to design the blog, the landing page, the email, and all the social, and whatever ads or whatever else you need. We'll know how to do that because we'll have that defined here. We'll have talked it through. And one of the most important things about this whole process, you can see there are a lot of steps, but one of the most important things to understand is that the reason they're broken down into steps is so that we can know where the problem is. If there's some kind of disagreement, this is a fine enough level of detail in the process to be able to say, if you don't like the work we do, let's say we started with a social post, and you're like, I don't like that social post. Well, we have no idea why, unless you can really tell us. Or I don't like the logo you created for me. Let's say we created a logo, right? I don't like the logo you created for me. So we don't really know how to argue against you. There's no, that's a bad way to say it. We don't really know how to make our argument because we don't have a strategy. And so what this gives us is, hey, here's what everybody said the brand is. Here's what everybody said, the situation analysis, target audience, and the mood boards. We already decided all those things. When we looked at the mood boards, we weren't thinking about the situation analysis. We're just thinking about design. So all these things are broken down into single pieces, each one of which you can evaluate on its own. So now when we're creating a logo for you and you're like, well, I don't like it because we said we wanted this. And then we can say, oh yeah, you're right. We weren't paying attention to that part, or we didn't notice that detail. Thanks for noticing that. And then we can shore things up in the logo design process. The other thing, though, is that you save money because if we're creating, and you save time, because if we create this and you say, okay, well, yeah, I can mix and match these, and then we finalize that mood board, get the mood board we want, then you're in good shape, because then when we start creating logos for you, they're a lot more likely to be on target, and they're a lot less likely to be a total swing and a miss. They're likely to be a lot of, maybe 3 solid logos, one of them you like a lot better. And that saves you time. It saves you your patience too. And then it also makes sure that process gives you good options you can choose from. And even if you don't choose the one that we like, because I will tell you that there will be our favorite, right? The agency always has a favorite. You'll still get a good one. All right, so much for mood boards. I think I over-explained those. Hope this is helpful.